Mexico-US border, 27 kilometers west of Lukeville, Arizona, June 11, 2019.
Mom, I'm thirsty.
Leaving her daughter Gurpreet and her 8-year-old sister in the care of a fellow illegal.
I will try to find some water. You stay here with them. Don't go anywhere, okay?
Where could she find water? It was 42 degrees Celsius, 107.6 degrees Fahrenheit in the 260,000 square kilometer arid Sonoran Desert that stretches from Arizona and California in the US to Sonora and Baja California in Mexico. In the mother's vain search for water for her thirsty child, the two women soon got completely lost. It was only earlier that morning when smugglers had dropped the group on the Mexican side.
This is American border. Walk across fence and you're inside. After that, you're on your own.
Many parts of the border don't yet have a wall. Just a series of 3-foot tall metal poles driven into the ground to block vehicles from crossing. Surprisingly, India ranks 5th on the number of illegal immigrants crossing over from Mexico. Donald Trump's stricter immigration policy has ironically increased the rush of illegal aliens and Indians wanting to cross into the United States. Mexicans, of course, are number 1 on the list of illegal crossers, followed by citizens of Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. Most illegal immigration from India to the US is from Punjab and Haryana, who use the South American route, also called the donkey flight route. First, they spend about $1,000 to fly to Quito in Ecuador, the starting point which allows visa-free entry to nationals of India and over 180 other countries. From Quito, they travel by bus to Tulcan, the city in Ecuador nearest to the Colombia border, from where they are transported by car to Turbo, a border town in far eastern Colombia. Then, sitting in long open boats, they cross the Gulf of Uraba to the mafia town of Capurganá, controlled by the Gulf clan. There, travel agents or smugglers or coyotes as they are called, take a week to transport them through the Darien Gap, a 100-kilometer dense jungle that separates Central and South America. But the process is rarely smooth. Often they are kidnapped or robbed of all their money somewhere along the route, where the hopeful return to Capurganá and wait for wire transfers from relatives back home to try their luck once again. Or the smuggler may suddenly demand more money.
Cost has gone up. Give me, otherwise I'll leave you here.
Emerging from the Darien jungles, the hopeful migrants travel by taxi to Panama City. Then are hidden in buses till they reach Costa Rica. The cost of the Ecuador-Costa Rica leg? $1,900, excluding living and other expenses. Police checkpoints in Costa Rica charge $35 per migrant to look the other way as the herd head in taxis towards its western coast. After sunset, a 3-hour voyage by boat skirts most of the mainland of Nicaragua, bringing them straight near the Honduras border. 2 security checkpoints charge a fixed rate of $40 per person. A bus then takes them to Honduras, from where they walk 6 hours through one more jungle to cross into Guatemala. If they encounter bandits, it's another $40 per head to keep moving in a snake and ladder game of real life. Cops or robbers, the cost is the same. At the checkpoint, you pay $40. The second leg from Costa Rica to Mexico has cost the migrant $2,300. In Mexico, forged documents for the US are prepared, where employers in the agricultural sector often turn a blind eye to get cheap labor. The US-Mexican border is divided into 9 sectors. The smallest is El Centro, a tiny 70-mile stretch just west of the Arizona-California border, which is popular among Indians. However, that depends on which travel agent one is using. Different smugglers operate on different border locations like El Paso, Nogales, Baja California, and the Sonoran Desert. This is where Gurpreet's mother found herself, thirsty, separated from her daughter, and completely lost. 22 hours after leaving her daughter's side, a US Border Patrol vehicle found them.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
We are lost. Please help me find my child. We left her near the border somewhere here.
The patrol searched the border area for 4 hours, but it was too late. Gurpreet had already died of a heat stroke, and her other daughter and the woman under whose care she left her was also not there. It took another day for the US Border Patrol to find her other daughter and the missing woman, also lost somewhere in the desert and lucky to still be alive. In January 2016, 24 young men in their 20s from Punjab, who too were on the donkey flight route, died when a boat carrying them capsized off the Panama coast. Methods used to smuggle illegals can be horrible. 12 Punjabis illegally entering Britain were found shivering and almost frozen at the back of a refrigerated metallic container packed with meat. Vietnamese Pham Thi Tra 26 was not as lucky. She, along with 39 other Asian illegals, suffocated in a similarly refrigerated truck near Grays, England in October of this year. But not before she sent out a heartbreaking text message to her mother.
I'm sorry, Mom. I'm dying because I can't breathe. My path to abroad doesn't succeed. I love you so much.
Each illegal immigration costs about 30 to 50 lakhs. If 9,000 Indians were caught and an equal number were not, illegal immigration just from India is a $1 to $1.5 billion, 8 to 10,000 crore rupee business. Someone who can afford 50 lakhs is not poor. In fact, these Punjabis live in proper Pakka homes that boast of all amenities. Then why go to the US? Some, like Gurpreet's mother, had what can be termed a good life in Hasanpur, Kurukshetra, which she left so as to live with a husband in America, who had been in the US since 2013 and applied for political asylum, which along with 23,000 other cases from India is still pending in the US legal system. However, less than half, just 42% of asylum appeals from Indians are successful. Most are extradited back to India. But that's almost twice as good as compared with denial rates of 79% for El Salvadorans and 78% for Hondurans. Those who are found to have committed fraud are put in US federal detention centers in New Mexico or Oregon. Under pressure from the US to curb the flow of illegal immigrants, for the first time ever, Mexico deported 311 Indians by chartering a Boeing 747 in October this year. But even such threats fail to deter these ambitious youth who are lured to Western lifestyle and a glitzy standard of living. Families which receive foreign remittances are considered to be prosperous and encourage their children.
Son, when will you go to US?
So that they can splash their money in building lavish homes, buy expensive white goods, and have SUVs parked at their doorstep. No matter whether their child is working as a loader in a convenience store, washing dirty dishes, or eating meals in gurdwaras. So long as they receive US dollars, the parents' honor has been kept. According to a Pew Research Center study, there were over 100 lakh 10 million unauthorized immigrants in the US as of 2017, of which 6.3 lakh are Indian. These include those who have overstayed their B1, B2 visas, but not including students misusing their F1 visas or workers holding H1B visas. Obviously, the increased rush is people trying to cross the border before Trump succeeds in building the entire wall. BizBo's Limerick! Getting into the US is an increasingly difficult dream. Though to get there illegally, there are still many schemes. By hook or by crook, methods not written in any book, before all the doors are closed by conservative regimes. Subscribe to BizBo's channel and be sure to click on the bell icon. Be the first to know when BizBo releases a new video.